Hello, everyone. My name is Jerome Patrick, and I am want to start a video on talking about my journey and my goals of establishing my own business. Just to give you guys a little bit of a background on me, I come from Saginaw, Michigan, and since 1999, I've been in the United States Navy. But since being in the Navy, I always had a passion for creating things. Um, Started at an early age. I had a good friend of mine by the name of Andre Turner who kind of put me on to art, and I was drawing at the time. I was a teenager drawing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Wolverine, Muppet Babies, things like that. So it was always been a passion of mine in regards to art and design and things like that. And it kind of took a hit right around the time I joined the Navy, about the time when FUBU came along, and they had their clothing line, and they were doing big, great, awesome things. There were some other major black fashion designers around that time, Carl Kanai, Skids, things like that. But when FUBU really hit the scene, it really lit a fire in me that I knew I wanted to do something in business. So um, I started working on a clothing line, a signature clothing line, around 2003. After serving a tour out on a ship, I decided to take a tour to Pearl Harbor, Hawaii. And when I got to Pearl Harbor, Hawaii, which is a sure duty location, I started my journey on starting my own fashion line. And so I was drawing up different types of things and putting up logos together and things like that, and started a little signature line right in Pearl Harbor, Hawaii. And I ran into an individual that was assisting me at the time with the clothing line, and he was helping me kind of more on the art direction side, where I was kind of handling more of the actually the introduction of me learning about the marketing and getting the word out about a clothing line. And as he was taking on the art, and I was kind of pushing all the different things I was seeking to do on the art side of the house in regards to with the fashion line, he gained more interest in wanting to have a more position in the line. So we ended up trying to go 50-50 with the product, and it kind of just at that point it kind of crashed. And when it crashed, it was kind of a tough time for me. But I was able to pick myself up and decide to come up with another clothing line idea. And it was kind of based on a song by the rapper Common. He had a song called "Faithful" in the clothing line. He had a line in the song, I'm sorry, that was off of the song "Faithful," that was said. He said, "God moves," and I was thinking about, man, it would be cool to have a kind of an urban wear slash polo-ish type line wear for Christian folks, and I was just like, being a believer at the time and things like that, I was working on a line for that. So I was like, man, so I did that, and then I filed my trademark, and I was on my way doing doing shirts and things like that. And to get back to the first product line, it was, like I said, it was the signature line, and I meant to tell that part of the story is that during that time, me and him worked together. We had some crazy opportunities where we was working with Pro Bowl football players when they came down for the Pro Bowl events, and we were trying to push our clothing line on those individuals. We was putting together grab bags, things like that. It was pretty crazy. But back to fast forward, back to the God Moves clothing line. I was kind of working on that. And I had a couple little moments where I got to work with a couple of music artists, and got to be a part of a couple of events and things like that. And it kind of led to me getting into this phase where I really enjoyed the excitement of designing things. And at that time, not only I had came up with this God Moves idea, I was just coming up with all these different types of ideas and product ideas, and I was really trying to find a name for myself in that position. At the time, I was playing with the word of marketing product developer or ideation and things like that. And it was a very interesting time for me at that time. So I was working on the God Moves clothing line till about 2007, and then I had a pit stop in the Navy at the time. I came off of active duty and came back here to the States, and I kind of took a time. I took a break away from the clothing line, and I started working on a cartoon show of all things. And the cartoon show I had, it was called Scribble Scrabble, and it was based on these 5 characters that were creative in their own special way. And I was working on that. Working on the creating the episodes, how the characters look, and all those great things. And even tried to pitch it to Shark Tank at one point. But fortunately, that didn't pan out. So it's crazy. So I kind of went through like 3 different things. By the time I got to the year around 2010, 2000, somewhere in that ballpark, I was kind of working on that cartoon show, and it just I couldn't get it to work out. So around the 2013, 2014 phase, around that time, I got went to school at Full Sail, and it kind of really opened my eyes to the world of branding and design in general. Became a big fan of Paul Rand, Marty Neumeier, was another guy. He just passed away not too long ago, but he was the individual who created the I Love New York logo. But to make a long story short, I just was still in love and passionate in the entrepreneurship and in art and in design. And but I went to school at Full Sail for maybe about 1.5 years or so. And from that point, I got into wanting to get into grocery delivery. So I went from a regular fashion line to a Christian fashion line to a cartoon show, and went on and tried to do, my next tackle was grocery delivery. So I came up with the name of the grocery delivery store about 2014, and it was called Grow-Go Carts. And basically I was trying to create a experience where an individual could order their groceries online and then deliver them home. And as you can see now, in this current state, that is up and booming at this current time. You got all the major players playing. You got the Instacart, Kroger. Everybody got their own platform delivering, even Walmart Plus. I mean, Amazon has got into it. But back in 2014, I actually tried to swing my bat at it, and unfortunately, I got squashed like a bug. And but that didn't keep me down. I decided to go into another space, and that is my current project at this time, and that is providing a service that helps preventing package theft, and I call that service custody. And that is what I'm currently working on right now, and kind of taking, looking back at, kind of give you guys kind of a short synopsis of my journey as an entrepreneur. And kind of give you guys a vision where I come from. And it's been a crazy ride. Learned a lot of lessons, between the fashion lines and trying to do the cartoon work, and and now trying to get into customer service, and still having a passion in those areas of ideation, marketing, design. That's just a space I just have a great passion for. So what you guys are going to get here when you follow me here on my platform, you're going to kind of get my journey of one day establishing my business. And that's kind of my goal, is establish my business, and any little tips or resources that I'm able to share with you, I'm going to make note of it in these videos and things like that. Right now, I'm currently working on, in regards to my Custody project, I'm currently working on acquiring locations and acquiring my first set of customers here in the Hampton Roads area. So that's kind of where I'm at in my journey. And we'll see how it goes. I've been taking in a lot of information from Facebook, learning about Facebook ads, and man, it's just a lot of things going on with Facebook ads that I did not realize when I first started trying to get into the online selling space, so to speak, or marketplace, so to speak. It's crazy, and there's so much information out there that's available to teach you. So if you're an individual out there, you know, if you're in the e-commerce space or the online market space, I would tell you to take the time to check out some of these individuals that are talking about Facebook ads. But because I believe that a lot of people are just spending their money on Facebook ads and not taking into thought what are the goals and how are their their money that they're putting in Facebook is an investment. And that's kind of one of the lessons I've learned just recently, understanding that you got to have your Facebook pixel and take that Facebook pixel and put it on your make sure it's on your web page. That way you're able to account for, the Facebook can do their thing and you'll be able to account for data. So you'll be able to make adjustments in regards to how you can advertise to your customers, how to effectively put together a Facebook ad. There's a lot of good content out there. So definitely check some of these guys out. I know this guy I'm listening to of recent about Facebook ads. He has a great, I think it's a pretty, and I'm playing it loud and everything. I'm just all over the place today. But I don't know. I'm just trying to stay consistent because they say you have to be consistent on this YouTube thing. And I'm trying to get into space and find my voice and see how can I be of service to people out there who are entrepreneurs and they're going through it. You have a 9-to-5 job and you may have a family. I'm one of those guys with you. So, if you got any questions on my journey, or if you got any questions on how you can move forward in your projects, I have no problem sharing it. But this podcast I've been listening to is called the Next Level Podcast, and it is put on by Phil Graham. I believe that's his name. But it's on Apple, iTunes, whatever they call that stuff. And then I've also been listening to Neil Patel. He's a rock star. He has a lot of great information. Eric Sue has a lot of good information. Amy Porterfield has a lot of good information. Just find out which one kind of it's almost when you think about your favorite singer. When you think about some of these guys that you hear that are subject matter experts in their space, you just got to find out who best put it in a way for you to understand it, so to speak. But I'm kind of rambling a little bit, but just want to thank you for your time if you're out there listening to me. And I look forward to talking to you soon, and I'm going to keep grinding at it. I'm actually going to drop our first podcast with my friend DeAndre Wiggins, and we're going to do a podcast, and we're going to call it the B Podcast. Been kind of dueling with it and trying to get it organized and put it together. So we hope to put one together within the next 10 days. I want to thank you guys for your time. If you are in the Hampton Roads area and if you are impacted by package theft, feel free to visit my website at custobee.com. That's CUSTOBEE.com. We are providing a service to some limited areas at this time. So if that is you and you're in the Hampton Roads area, please feel free to visit custobee.com. That's CUSTOBEE.com. And if you're an individual here on that journey, trying to find your piece of happiness in regards to what you want to do in your life, tune in right here. I want to thank you for your time. You guys have a great day.